What we have here is a Maytag. Commercial technology, and that's a lie. This is not a commercial machine. Don't be fooled by it. Usually these machines, they either say Maytag or Whirlpool. They're exactly the same machine. Exactly. All the parts in it are exactly the same. But you'd be paying more for that Maytag name. Whirlpool makes both of them. Anyway, this machine came to me. Man gave it to me. And the problem with it is it's out of balance. Now, the reason it's out of balance is because of the tub. You can see it kind of shakes and wobbles. You can't change the suspension rods and fix it. If you've tried, these suspension rods aren't really that bad. But what happens is the tub has a hole through it that fits on top of the shaft, and over time, it's made out of plastic, and over time that it moves back and forth on that shaft, and it wallers out the top, wallers out the bottom, and eventually when the tub spins, it will lean over on one side like that, and it will spin like that. It'll be like this, and it will just oscillate until it is almost coming apart. And so at the same time, this tub hub is broken. They make, this is the original tub hub that came on it, and what will happen is that there's a little short shaft down in there. If you take this off, you can see a bolt way down in the bottom. The shaft's about that tall, sitting down in that caustic water and all, and it's made out of steel, not stainless steel, which it should have been, and these plastic splines on these tub hubs will strip out. Now Whirlpool, to fix that problem, came up with a pretty ingenious device, because that was a problem with those. But they came up with this device here, which is steel, or not steel, but some kind of metal, and it's got a, let me take this apart, I'll show you what it is. This little kit here is made to replace that nylon tub hub, and how it works is, you'll see how this tub hub here is made. How this works, it replaces this, and it replaces that with these three pieces right here. So you can go ahead and replace this, get rid of this one, put this on top of the shaft. You see that this splines on this shaft, but you see this is cone shaped, and this fits into this other cone shape, and it fits down on there, and then you have a spanner nut that fits on top of that. And what happens when you tighten this, up, it pulls these cones pieces, they squeeze against that spline shaft that may be compromised, and that is a very ingenious fix, and that will fix that problem, but it will not fix the problem with the tub being watered out. So I thought that you could and I was thinking about doing this, but I have very little faith in re-engineered fixes. By re-engineer, I've seen people that do all kinds of weird stuff to suspension rods, trying to fix a suspension rod. Just get the OEM suspension rods and change them. Don't try to re-engineer the thing, because it just mostly doesn't work. However, Ben with Ben's Appliances and Junk has come up with something, and I'm going to try. He's got some shims up. I was thinking maybe if you got a piece of brass tubing the same size as that, holding that thing, that you could mitigate it with that. But Ben has come up with these shims. And I don't know where or how he has them made. Maybe somebody made them for him, or he has a process to make them. But I'm going to give these a try. And they're different sizes. They're just steel rings. That fit in over the shaft and into the top of the tub, and you hammer these down, and they should shim up the space in that's making the thing water. And see, he doesn't have any instructions for that. I'll have to go look at his video, and I'll put a link to his video up here somewhere. But we're going to try these. I think it would be better if you took a brass tubing and put all the way through the tub. This okay, like it goes on just one end. We're going to try this out and see if it works. I just got these in the other day, but I'm going to give them a try, and I'll also change the tub hub. And may as well change the suspension rods while I'm at it. So we're going to see how that works. Now, if I was to put a load of clothes in here and did a test run on this, I've already done it. It would shake and just about come apart, and there's no fixing it. So anyway, let's get this over here. We'll get the agitator out and the old tub hub off, and we'll see about putting those shims in. First, I'm going to go watch Ben's video and see how those things work. And I'm real skeptical about re-engineered stuff. So this is kind of a review of Ben's shims. It may fix the problem, but for how long? Maybe it fixes it permanently. We will see. Anyway, let's get this apart, see what we can do with it. So I've already taken it apart. I forgot. Let's get a lanyard. Let me tell you how I'm taking it apart. To take this apart, you take this cover here off. You're going to take this screw out, and this screw out, and this screw out. Take this off, and then you can slide the top forward and upward. And when you lean these up, you get a lanyard or maybe the back of the laundry room wall, whatever, and make sure these tabs are in these slots so everything doesn't just fall out. Now what we'll do is take the splash guard off. I always use a very long skinny screwdriver to go in these, pry these things loose right here from the tub. Just work yourself around. Work your way around slowly. There we go. way at the bottom. Of this agitator is a 7/16 inch bolt. Actually, it might be a metric, but I don't think it is. And that's a bad indication that that wash plate is going to be stuck on there. And that bolt is hard to get off. The wash plate is usually hard to get off also. So we need, for this, need an impact wrench. Usually takes care of it. Yep. Much later, that's because I put some penetrating grease in it, oil. That's a bunch of coins caught up in it. Worn about smooth. Can't even tell what it was. Size of a nickel, size of a quarter. Anyway, we have this loose. And you can see that movement right there. That's no good. I'm going to take this tub out of here. Papa always told me to use the right tool. There we go. We'll get that C-clip out of there. U-clip, C-clip. What kind of clip it is? Huh. Now, you have to take out 6 screws. Before I get all that off, I wanted to show you how much play that thing has. Let's use this as a reference. So, about 3 1/4 inches to 3 inches to 3 1/2. So that's a 1/2 inch wobble in that tub hub, which is no good. Not good at all. So once you get the 6 screws out of there, you want to be able to grab the edge of that, wiggle it off. And although there's wear on this machine wasn't slipping yet, but this is worn pretty good. But you can see that wobble right there in that shaft. So let's see if we can get this tub out of here. If you take the wire brush and clean these splines up. Got it up, can't get it down. I'll put a little deep creep on that. Tub off of there. So you can get that tub off of there. Ben's video says that you can use one of those shims on the bottom because it's water not only at the top but at the bottom too. So I take a pick here and I'm cleaning the rust off of these splines best I can. Need to slide that whole tub over that shaft. There's very little tolerance between that shaft and that drum. Just a little bit of wear on that just messes the whole thing up. Can tap that just a little bit without hurting it. How much later I got that rascal out of there. Now we want to turn this up. Bar penetrating oil. Now the problem would be is that shim going to let that tub go back over this shaft. These splines are rusty. But they're actually very good shape. You could probably get by with putting a nylon tub back in here. But this is going to be an experiment. Now what I had thought about doing is taking a brass sleeve, taking a drill and overboring through this to straighten it up, take a brass sleeve to the new inside diameter of this and the outside diameter of the shaft with maybe a couple thousandths clearance. Now in Ben's video he shows putting the sleeve in when the tub's already in there, but he also says that you can use one of the sleeves on the bottom and to do that you'd have to take the tub out. But you also want to make sure that it will fit over that again. Yeah, that's rough in there. I'm thinking a little sandpaper. To tidy things up. And it doesn't matter how much I take off of this really, because Ben's shims are going to take care of it, aren't they? I must say he's innovative. I watch his channel quite a bit. He makes top-notch videos, and I recommend you look at them. He's very professional. He's got a nice website you can buy these shims from, and in the description I'll put all that in there where you can buy these shims. And I don't get any affiliate money from it. As far as I know, his website is probably the only place you can buy these things. I don't know if he's got them listed anywhere else, but actually we're just going to test them. And they're of different tolerances, but let's see. He's got them up to 1 millimeter. Golly. 1 millimeter is pretty thick. 3/4 millimeter and 1/2 millimeter. So the black is the thickest. Let's look at this stuff. That's the thickest. Let's see what that does there. Yeah, you'll have to dry that on there. I want to put probably the thinnest on the bottom. Let's see. It might work if you... I don't think so, though. Well, it might. We put that one all the way to the bottom. Okay. As long as it doesn't ride on it. I think that's exactly what's happening there. Still wobbles, so let me see if it lifts off. Oh, yeah, it's not fitting. Yeah, it's not fitting that. You know, one of them half-round files. Taper that a little to get it started. Maybe it'll fit. Let's see what we got. It might wear into it, I'm not sure. We'll see if we can come up with something. Alright, so these other shims, I don't think we have a millimeter of space in there. Yeah, we might. Yeah, let's try the millimeter. Maybe the black one. Okay, where's my hammer? Well, that fits snugly. I must say that is a noticeable improvement. Come here. Three and a quarter all the way around. Huh. Ben may have something here. Okay, Ben. Sorry I doubted you, but the proof is if it actually works. It's looking good. Alright. So you want to place this rascal on here, but see this little piece right here? You need to make sure one of those slotted areas is in there, and line it up with a hole. put our screws in there first. Come back here. This is a handy tool to have. I need to buy one with a thicker inner wall. Alright, we're going to put 6 brand new stainless steel screws in this. And so far I'm going to give Ben a kudos on this invention. I do not like to get packages from a supplier that has tape on it like that. You can tell it's been opened. Maybe that side hasn't. Well, they look new. Let's put the OEM rods in. Now look at there. Somebody changed these and they don't have any cups in them. Yeah, it's holding that down. Let's put this first rod in. That rod doesn't look that old. Let's take a look at that rod. I bet they changed these rods and then it still was out of whack, so they decided to give up on it. There we go. Well, the power's out at my house. I don't know why. Don't mix it up. These are the suspension rods. These are OEM parts. These look like OEM parts. Somebody changed them and left the cups off the front. Power's out at the house.
Yeah.
cups on the back side. Yeah, that one's brand new. Baby sleeping again? These are not that bad. Keeping those. These aren't bad at all. I will keep those and use them again. Whoever now that right there is a rat. Okay, so let's put this agitator back in. First, let's clean some of it up. I'll run several loads of clothes in this. See if it doesn't put some real heavy loads in, and we know we had a hard time with this thing, so Let's put some laundry friendly grease in here. It was a chore getting off. That's good. Now, let's put our bolts back in. Use a magnet to get it started. Put a few threads going. Pull your magnet out. And then take your ratchet. Seven sixteenths. Okay, we're going to do a test run on this. I've already filled it up with a big bunch of clothes. Let's go ahead and put the splash guard back on. And put this on too. And we will see how we fare with this thing. Hopefully, got one that we can sell. Like I said, I'm going to give a 90-day warranty on it. It can just come right through my back. Don't ask me, just do it. It don't matter. Not one to hold grudges. They're not doing any damage. I'm gonna clean this up. And I've already hooked the water to it and the drain hose. I didn't plug it in yet. Let's grab this. I may as well go ahead and lock it on up, because if it doesn't work, it's going to be scrapped. And I have probably dumped the screws up in here. So only 3 of them. Turn it on. There we go. We got the water on. Turn the water on. Yeah, see, I got Harper no scrap. Let's hope it's not scrap. If this works, I'll buy a few more kits from Ben and try some more. Hopefully it works, because man, I'm getting tired of. I mean, some of these machines are just really nice looking, not a couple of years old, and they have that issue of the tub leaning over. But for now, let's let it work through its program, and I will watch it close when it gets to the spin cycle or to the rinse cycle. That's the first time we'll see it. I put a really heavy load of clothes in there, so if he can't handle that, it's scrap. And we'll, at the same time, we're evaluating Ben's shims, and I hope I installed them correctly. I think I did. So I'll get back to you. So it's in the rinse cycle, and it's spinning, and it hasn't jumped around. Think we got it fixed? Think we did. Yes, sir. So we have, so far, Ben's shims are working. But we're going to test this about 3 times. And then if it passes every test 3 times, then we're going to sell it with a 90-day warranty. That's what we'll do. So since I've made this video, I've fixed 2 other machines with Ben's shims, and I found that if you only use one shim on the top, the part of the drum, your success rate is not that good. So what I have been doing is using a 1 millimeter thick shim on the top side of the tub, and the next thicker piece on the bottom. I had more success doing that. The one that I fixed and I put the shim just on the top, it failed almost immediately. So as long as you're using 2 shims, one on the bottom, one on the top, Ben's shim seems to work fairly well. Now, I haven't had that machine. I sold that machine the other day, and it has not come back to me, and I haven't had any complaints from the customer. So I must say that Ben's shims is a wonderful re-engineering product, and I hope the best for him. And that seems I'll be buying more because I get these machines in all the time. So anyway, check out his channel. It's Ben's Appliances and Junk, and he has a website where he sells those shims, and I recommend them. Anyway, thanks for watching. Give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you on the next one. Check this out.